Fellow vision wielders, this is Ciscus, and here's a surprise piece of content. I wanted to upload my latest ToR run. So last weekend, last stream, we were clocking in at 13.5, I think, 13.1, and I couldn't break it, but I managed to get it up here to 14,100, which is in the top 200 scores on auto, and I think I'm happy with that. Really happy with that, really. And so I'm gonna discuss my build. I just discovered to the background farm feature, so I don't have a lot of tickets for this event, but I'm happy enough with the ToR run. I really had fun doing this, sneaking it in after work. So I'm gonna run through my build. So this is a lightning chain build. So Lightning, Orlando, or Sid, and Charlotte do the chaining. Nope. Oops. Hope I'm charging my phone. I'll unplug it. Nobody here has multi-hit, and that's totally fine. And we've got a really slowed down Lightning team, which will allow Glassy and Snow to go up the left and right flanks and mop up the extra mobs for some extra score. Now we've got some, I think, very crucial here. TP and AP set on Lightning. This will allow her to life siphon out of the gate and have enough strikes. You also need the G on your. As you'll notice, this piece of equipment, Tifa's Elbow Guard, that's really more for attack and the amount of AP I'm getting, 33. So that's really important. The G on this one has maximum AP, 22. Snow and Glassy just have to be fast enough, but not too fast that they will outrun the chain. And you really have to calibrate down the speed on Sid and Lightning so that they can fit all their attacks after the first movement of the boss and before it gets to act again. You have a Thornlet on Lightning because she needs to score that Agi down on the boss and prevent it from acting. And Keenblade, this puts Lightning and Sid right after the boss, and her speed is just 77, right? So yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about here. I did do this crazy thing where my Sid is just slightly tuned, so because he was doing this thing where he was using a basic attack to finish the boss. So I only have crit rate and crit damage slash attack, and attack aren't built on him, and it's two-headed because of the 12 Agi, which is, I figured, where exactly I want to be. So yeah, crazy tuning here, very uncommon. Lots of suboptimal optimization, like tuning down the units so that they fit perfectly into the game plan. So let's just take a shot at this. I'll show you how it goes. And I do hope you can't hear the rain. The rain's pretty bad where I am. So hopefully the video's alright. So this is where we open, and this skill is a godsend. Gives her 30 AP out of the gate. That's brilliant. So Snow hits, and he's got Machina Killer, so that's the max damage I'm doing. Had to turn off all of Glassy's skills so that she would stand there and get surrounded by these two rats. And of course, we're hoping we don't get poisoned or damaged at all, so that we can the damage taken isn't too low. So that's the second of Lightning skills, the one with the slow. You want that on. There you go. Snow's gonna buff himself. Okay, so I know Glassy has some cross attacks, but that's the only one that has to be super short range to make sure that she doesn't do anything else. There you go, finishing all the fairies, and now just to run down the boss, and there you go, and that's a maximum overkill. So Sid has that Nagnarok +6 so that he gets an additional 1000 damage, and we do have two-headed dragon, if you notice, in the setup. So we hit another high score mark. All right, so having seen that, let's go back to the setup. I did remember a few notes for this run. So we're slightly suboptimal. Obviously, we don't have hope in the run, and we do have two-headed dragon utterly necessary so that Sid gets as much overkill as possible, right? We have the Beastbane pendant for killing the rats. hopefully pushing up the damage of Glassy. And so skills to use. Charlotte is really only using Keen Blade, and so you gotta turn off all of her other passives. And I think we left on Stunning Edge. Yeah, that's the one, and nothing else, I believe, because that's her most AP efficient skill, right? So and you notice the passives. Glassy is running Trick Lancer Lore, Tribute of the World, Night Blade. So the first of the skills she'll use is Spinning Slash. I was trying to find a build where Triple Cross would work, but she can kill something in the first turn with this. She can move up, and then the range is enough that it kills something. So I couldn't. I know she deals more damage with Pierce, but yeah, that's why I ended up with Spinning Blade. For Lightning, she uses Life Siphon 2, Scourge for the slow, and then Launch as she runs out of AP. And you really have to push in all the AP. Now, I'm not using her sword here, although I suppose I could. But I wanted something a bit tuned down. So 150, 113, 100. Yeah, I wanted her to deal less damage up front, because this has 30% attack, and it kills the boss too fast. What else? You'll also notice that there are some suboptimalities, like this is in the second slot. That's instead of a main slot, even if it would increase our slash attack, and that's a detuning thing. I don't want him dealing that much damage. This is also on the second slot because I don't want everybody too fast. And Sid doesn't have any lightning VCs because I really just want less damage overall hitting the opponents. And he has the bow tie so that Charlotte goes over to him at the start. Charlotte will move over to him at the start instead of buffing Glassy. Yeah, and I think that's about everything for this. Let's go in and have another run. And I'm gonna tone the speed down just so we can discuss it while we're running it. Alright. Let's go to 2. Alright, so Life Siphon. Yeah, sometimes he doesn't crit. I've given up on trying to tune him up to crit.
I shall continue with all my strength.
Maybe I should use a Tidus necklace or something. So there you go. That's the slash attack up and the Keen Blade. So when you get poisoned, you're not gonna score as high because obviously she's gonna take damage as she takes 2 more turns after that. The Scourge will slow and the Thornlet will give the Agi down. Also, yes, you have to turn off the new Hollowed Bolt and turn on the old Hollowed Bolt on Sid's sub-job. This is the only skill that will put him in range without dealing too much damage. And yes, Shadow Blade for minimum damage and AP conservation. Though Sid doesn't really have to worry about that. He does manage to put on Revitalize. There you go, just fast enough to sneak in before we end the chain with a 3. So yeah, that's a very detuned Charlotte and a up-tuned Sid for the final strike. And my Sid doesn't even have damage limit up. But that's because I don't want to mess with my limited guild battle setup. So yeah, we took a lot of poison damage. So our damage taken is pretty high. But yeah, this is it. This is usually how it goes. Sometimes it'll score 250 on the longest chain and elemental chain. I don't know why it went down to 247 now. But yeah, there you go. Hope you can use that. Hope you can use the same thing. So if you don't have, again, I have another video about this doing ToR. The basics are the same. You can watch that video. I just hope that you don't go into this place where like, oh, I don't have this unit, so I can't do the same score. Yeah, probably not the same score. But I've been seeing, people have been telling me there are 13k light autos out there. So don't think about the same score. Think about the score that you can get from your account, right? The best score you can get from your account. And so using the things, the techniques, the little tricks I've shown you, especially in that other video does way better than this. This is just like a proof of concept, right? To score in the top 200 on auto. So yeah, go ahead, take a gander at that other video, and use whatever little tricks I've shown you here to try and pump up your score. Hope that was good. Sorry for the low production value, no music, a bit rainy outside, but I hope it helps. Have a great week, guys, and Siska's out.